Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of Dimos' Let's Play. Just to get it started here, and I'm going to run off and look for some clay. Because there's been something I've been meaning to do that I haven't gotten around to doing, and there's some right here, that I'll show you in a second. But I'd just like to say that I know that 1.3 is come out for Minecraft, but I'm not going to be updating for a little bit here because A, all the mods still have to update, and I'll probably need more clay than that, so I can keep going. And I also a lot of times with mods, you really can't change over your worlds as well. So I'm probably going to stay on this season until I get to a good wrapping up point, just because there's really no good way to start over without starting over completely. So, yeah, you're going to be sticking with 1.2.5 for now. And I might not even transfer over to 1.4 with all the major mod updates, just because that's going to change a lot of the mods. But I may also, since like Equivalent Exchange 3 is coming out soon, and it'll depend on really what comes out. But for now, just know that I'm sticking with 1.2.5. And I think... oh, that went to my digger's backpack. Yeah, that's probably enough. Okay. Let's cook this clay up. Ooh. Gotta love the boots. Although, sometimes you move a bit too fast. Alright. Let me cook this up and I'll be back. Alright. Got a lot of bricks here. I'll went to my default route, like it should. And we're gonna make a new type of, like, brick. If you take your bricks and you move them in a pattern like this, we're going to need 25 of these. And go like this. You get something called... wait, one second. Oh, I had the wrong way. More brick, less sand. Or less brick, more sand. Okay, do I have enough? Yeah, so this is coke oven brick. Because we need to build a coke oven. And I'll get all my things here. And here we go. Coke oven brick. We need 25 of these to build, well, a coke oven. We're also going to grab a stack of coal. A coke oven is from, whatchamacallit, Railcraft. It's used to make coal coke, which is like a better type of fuel than coal is, as well as creosote oil, which is needed for used rails. Because rails you cannot build, or they're now called tracks in Railcraft, cannot be made in the old way. Now you have to make them with these standard rails and rail beds. And rail beds require wooden ties, which are called the stuff called creosote oil. And you get those from a coke oven. Where should I place this? Thinking I probably should just put it in my main house here. Out here anywhere? Let's build it right into this wall. So take out some of these stairs and go into this wall a bit. How you build this is, you first need to pretty much build a 3x3x3 square, but with an empty space in the middle. Like that. Oh, and I need one more. Miscalculated. And I'm one sand short. Come on. And this brick kind of looks cool. So if you just want to spend a little bit more sand, like, so it's like 5 EMC more per brick, and you get this cool, like, light colored brick. You put the last thing in, and hey, this interface, and now all of this is a coke oven. You just right click it, and you put your coal in here, and it will slowly go through the process and get converted to coal coke and creosote oil. But we'll let that go, because it takes a while. Let's check on our research real quick. Probably will not... oh yeah, never set research up to do. I'll probably not be doing that much Thaumcraft this episode since that was almost all I did last one, and I want to try and mix it up. This episode, I want to get started on forestry and that other thing, Buildcraft. So, catch ya. So what I need is a place to pretty much just be the basis of power generation for Buildcraft. Both Buildcraft and Forestry use the same type of power, like I did for my centrifuge there, just with the electrical engine. And we're just gonna clear out some land here, and prepare for just like a nice building where we're gonna keep all our stuff. And our destruction catalyst will help us out with that. I'll be back once I got this done and have a basic building set up. Okay, got a nice big area sorted out here, and we're going to need a large area because I'm going to have a lot of different types of power generation here, all creating Minecraft joules probably, but this is just will be the basic. If you look in here, you'll see there's a bunch of types of engines. Well, 6 that we're looking at. There's the redstone engine, where these are the 3 vanilla Buildcraft, and these are forestry. The redstone engine is the weakest. It doesn't require any power, just a redstone signal, and it will produce 1 megajoule per second. Steam engine will cause fuel like coal and such, but it'll produce 1 megajoule per tick, so 20 times as efficient as the redstone engine. The combustion engine requires oil or fuel, like we've seen in there. It also requires cooling, but is much more efficient and I think produces 5 megajoules per tick. There's the biogas engine, which eventually will probably be our main source. Then there's also peat-fired and electrical. I'm going to start out here with peat-fired. Peat is a type of fuel in forestry which you can grow. But to build it, we're going to have to start out with a peat bog. Eventually, we'll automate our peat system, but to make peat, we need something called, we need something called bog earth. And that's made, let's do it the shaped crafting, okay, we can't use the we could use capsules, but I'm not going to go with that. It's just made with some dirt and some sand. Let's just grab some let's go with some honey capsules here. And actually that would require a bottler, I think. No, actually I don't think it does. So let's grab some of our beeswax. And we're going to make just some bog earth. Where did I put my beeswax? There it is. Yeah, I got a lot of this stuff. Doesn't matter too much if we use some. We're going to make some of these wax capsules, which is made just like that. And we're going to fill them with some water. I think you can just right-click them. Yeah, you can. And I'll fill these up and be back. Actually, no, I'm done. Okay. And then if you also look, we also needed 4 sand and 4 dirt. So we'll need 40 of each. And that'll get us a good amount of peat bog. And we'll also need 40 sand, which we'll just grab out of there. And we'll transmute it all. Oh, of course. Resupply mode. And I don't want you. Thank you. Go into my bag. Alright. I think it was... Is it shapeless? No, it isn't. Alright. Sand goes like that. Dirt goes like that. Capsules in the center. Bog earth. We got a good amount of this stuff. And we're not going to use it all, so let's just grab a chest. And let's go over here. This is how you make peat. The peat has to be touching water, I think. So we're going to take our bog earth here, and I'm just going to go down here. This will be your bog earth making area. You just throw it down here, put some water down, and that will slowly turn into peat bog, which we can then scoop up. I'm going to place an infinite water source over here just to make it a bit easier to make this. And just place down another. I'll place down a bit of this and I'll be back. Alright, for now I think that'll be pretty good. And that'll slowly turn to peat, which will be good because while we build our building here, hopefully we'll get a few pieces. So the next thing we'll need is some peat-fired engines. I can go with like 2 for now. See what we need. So this is how you make a peat-fired engine. It's just copper with some copper gears and a piston and some glass. Similar to the electrical engine, but that uses 10. This is just copper. So, can I please have a piston, 11 copper, 2 stone gears, and a piece of glass. Don't you love that thing? Okay. Did we get our stone gears? Oh, missing 1 wood. That would do it. Running low on wood. But one of the things that forestry can do is automated wood production. Nope. Okay. Got that done. Okay, throw you in there, and our leaves in there. Alright, let's try this again. Give us 2 stone gears. Thank you. And just gonna make copper gears, which are made just like that. Stone with copper gives you copper gears. Put that down there. Oh, I guess our piston was missing wood too. Very nice. Put there, glass there, copper gears, peat-fired engine. Like I said, I meant to make 2. I'll make the next one off camera. And we're just going to run up here. We'll make eventually our peat area. We'll say the wall goes along there. So we'll just go plop that right there. And you put your peat in there, and you'll get ash as a byproduct. Ash is used for a few things, but I'll show you that later. There's an arrow that says no fuel, and vegetable, and okay. So pretty much what we need is now a way for this power, where for this power to go. So eventually we're going to want to get something called a peat bog. This will allow us to grow our own peat, but it requires something called these copper electron tubes and a circuit board. Circuit board is just made in Carpenter, and the electron tubes is made in a different thing we haven't gotten at called the thermionic fabricator. Very interesting. Okay, but we're going to need to get a thermionic fabricator. And where is it? Thermionic fabricator. It's just some gold, a sturdy machine, and a chest. Not too hard. This will be the basics of all of your forestry farms and such. This is actually something new with the latest version of forestry. Used to be that you didn't need this, but this just makes it's another step that you need for your forestry machines to get. So we're going to need one of those sturdy machines, and 3 gold, or 4 gold, need more gold, and a chest. I haven't taught my thing how to make chests, have I? Let's teach it how to make a chest. That's a useful thing to know. Digging in my bag here, grab a basic logistics pipe. Oh, request 2 glowstone. And we'll teach it how to make a chest. Those will be useful going forward. Torch lever down here. And we'll just place you right there. Chest. Oop. Didn't mean to throw you. Crafting logistics pipe. Import. Now you know how to make a chest. Ta-da! And 1 chest, please. I need to figure out a way to turn off the timer sound because it really bugs me. And the thermionic fabricator. This is neat. So we're just going to put it over here, and it will make all of our electron tubes. There's a few things you need to know about it, and I'm saying we're going to have engines along here, and then along the other side over here, I can have like all my machines and such. If you look at this interface, you need glass for this. And it will become molten glass, which you can use to, which you'll need after you get some heat. And if it cools down too much and stops receiving power, then it won't get anything. This is its inventory, which we'll make items from, and this is where you put the crafting recipe, similar to the carpenter. And that's where I think your output is, and I'm not sure what that is. Okay. So let me actually go and build up some walls in this room because, hey, it's just an open plain right now. And I'll be back. Yeah, okay, I might have went a bit overboard with my construction of this, but oh well. I think it looks pretty nice. In retrospect, I might have done a time lapse of it building. Might do that in future, especially for these larger buildings that I do. I'll eventually do a roof. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Ooh, here's... Have to remember I can get up that way. But I like it. Just the stone brick and then the concentric squares. I like that. Okay, but if you look over here, you can see that there's these darker line. That's peat bog. That is completely done that we can harvest. It'll give us some peat as well as some whatchamacallit to get. A piece of dirt. Just harvest it and look, piece of peat, piece of dirt. And we'll just put some more down, some more bog earth. And water goes everywhere. So I'm going to gather up all this peat and I'll be back. Okay, I ran out of bog earth, so I got just that. I just filled it with dirt. I'll build more later, but hopefully we'll have a fully functional one pretty soon here. So let's just put down our peat-fired engine. Just plop it down like that. If we put some peat in, it won't use it yet. It has to receive a redstone signal. But we need some... We're not going to put it directly to the thermionic fabricator yet, because we also have to put our carpenter. So how do we get it to power 2 different things? Well, we're going to use pipes. The first pipe we'll need is a wooden pipe. Wooden pipes I haven't shown you yet, but they're used to take power and items out of things. So if we just take a wooden transport pipe and put redstone on it, we get a wooden conductive pipe. We'll just put it right up there. And we can use a Buildcraft wrench to rotate it, but that will make it a valid you can only rotate it to valid output places, and that is a valid output for the peat-fired engine. And then if we take some gold ingots, we're going to need a good amount of these. We can get some golden transport pipes. And I'm just going to make, I think 8 might be enough. And I'm just going to run them over here. Eventually we'll make this all like a bit more automated, and it'll be running down to here. Actually, we're going to make it like this, a bit more compact. We're going to need 2 levers, and I don't have any stone, but I do have a flosser stone. And it went to my diggers. Oh, well, I did have some stone. Heh, never know. Actually, I'm going to need 4 levers, but... And we're going to change 2 of our power transport pipes right now. If you put levers on them, you get something called the power switch pipe. What this does is when it receives a redstone signal, it will close the circuit. You might say, like, oh, why do I need that? Why can't I just put down... We'll put our carbon in here. We'll just go in if it needs power? Well, one problem is that the forestry machines aren't as smart as maybe some of the Buildcraft ones, and they'll take power whether they need it or not. I'm going to fill this up with some water real quick. I'll talk. So, you need the power switch to pretty much say that, okay, I don't know where I'm going with this, but the power switch is so you can close off a line so the machine won't take up power, and that's just wasted energy if you're not running that machine. And eventually you also get automated water, but not yet. Might even want to put a water place in here. But let me sleep through the night, but I'll first put on these 2 levers here, just to show you. They don't fit very nicely, but if you just switch it, hey, it completes the circuit. And I don't like how that connects. Can I just put them side by side? Will that work well? Yeah, that works. Alright, that's a bit better. I'll sleep through the night and grab something else. Oops, I fell down a hole. Grab a few things I need, and I'll be back. Alright, so the first thing we'll need is the peat bog. This will pretty much replace the bog earth and plant it for the first time in your area. And you need a small circuit board, a sturdy machine, and 3 of these copper electron tubes, which are made just like that. So we'll need 5 copper and a few redstone. Not hard. And we'll also need a small circuit board, which is just some tin and redstone. I got the redstone too. The other thing we'll need is called the turbary. This will require some tin electron tubes and another small circuit board. 10 electron boards are just made with some more tin. So we'll need also 2 sturdy machines. Not too hard. Give me 2 sturdy machines and some glass. Okay, let's go out here. Let's first rebuild our circuit board since those are the easiest. Like we used the carpenter to make our bee analyzer, we're just going to use the same thing, pretty much same exact functionality. How much water did they need? 1 bucket of water each. And this has... Oh, I moved it, so... Let me fill this with water, and I'll build an infinite water source in here. And I'll be back. So now in the carpenter, I'm just going to place my recipe in, just like that. And then it's 10. And we're going to say, hey, build some copper things. we're going to start the power, and I need to supply a redstone signal to our peat-fired engine. It will start to go, and it will burn the peat. I'm not sure if you turn it off, if that power will stay, like, or it'll slowly burn down. I think it stays, so it's very efficient in its way, how it burns the peat. And it will slowly build the circuit boards. I'll be back when they're done. Almost here, and no, oh, these cannot stack. And done. And we can turn you off, and we barely used any to build that. And that's a very, very efficient engine to use. And it was fairly cheap to make as well, if you remember. And we can just take out a recipe. And in the thermionic fabricator, we need to put some glass. And we'll need to melt that down. And that's the level of heat. This tells the number of heat it is to build it. And how do you make those electron tubes? We need some tin and some copper ones. There's all the way up to diamond. And it's just going to be some redstone and the material. You also tell here the heat inside. The more heat there is, I think the more energy it produces. I thought that was the recipe. So we're getting power in there. And you can see the energy is going up, and it's releasing 1 megajoule per tick. Ooh, this might not be enough power for the thermionic fabricator. Oh yes, because 1 megajoule per tick is not enough. That only maintains power. We actually need more power for that. So I need to build another one of these peat-fired engines. Just going to go over here, and you saw me build one, so I won't make you see another. Okay, just place another one down here, and rotate it, grab some of this peat, and it appears the energy does go down over time. So, keep that in mind, and since I'm lazy, I'm just going to put redstone down there. And we're going to see how this works well. Okay, you don't want to go. I don't like normal redstone. Alright. I'm just going to grab another lever here. Let's see if you're any better. And you should note that there is power loss over time on these pipes. And you can see it's struggling. The thermionic power fabricator does take a lot of heat. And as this builds up heat, it will start going faster. It's almost there. Eventually, I think I'm going to want to get like a dedicated electrical engine that can run this. Oh, and copper electron tubes. So as long as that is full, it will keep it going. And now, to maintain it, we only need 1 peat-fired engine going. See? Keep it nice and steady. Okay, now we just need the 10 electron tubes. Thank you. And I'm going to turn you off. And you'll lose power. Okay. Peat's one of those energy sources that's meant to be going on continuously. So, eventually we'll have enough machines where we'll be able to run a lot of different things all the time, so we won't have a very specific need. Let's go over here. I can sleep through the night. So now we have electron tubes, we can build that machine that we wanted to make. The tubery and the peat bog. So the first one there. The tubery. And then the peat bog. And with that, I think it's probably getting a pretty good wrapping up point. Next episode, I'll place these down and show you how they work, as well as get an automatic system to get peat, the bog earth crafted and brought up there, as well as getting the peat automatically sorted into those engines we have and out to all our different farms that we're going to be building. So, well, this has been episode 14 of Dimos' Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all later.